I'm going to compare two S&P 500 covered call funds. One basically does like 30-day options. The other one does 0 day to expiration options on the indexes. So let's take a look at the two I'm talking about. Number one will be Spyi. You'll see its return now. We've been recovering for the last month, so Spyi is currently up 14% in the last 1 year, actually. So look at the 1 month on it, and it's up 5% on the 1 month. Now I'm going to draw a comparison on the one that's become one of my top choices based on its recovery. Tspy from Tap Alpha. If you look at that price change recovery in just in the last 1 month, Tspy is outpacing Spyi completely by 1.75%, nearly 1.74 actually. So you got a 6.75% recovery in price on Tspy as opposed to a 5.01% recovery on Spyi. Let's do a total return on these, and we know that Tspy actually pays more in dividends actually. So on a total return basis in the last month, Tspy is beating Spyi. It's at 8.08% total return as opposed to Spyi being at 6.07%. This is why I've rotated Tspy as one of my favorite top holdings. I traded it heavily by selling puts during the recent pullback, and I was picking up shares. Now, I wish I had been more aggressive, but I was also trading other things besides Tspy. I was trading TDAC, which is its counterpart for the NASDAQ. So if we're going to look at TDAC, for example, how it did on the recovery in the last month, basically, because we've been going up for the last month on just a price return basis. The last month, TDAC is up 9.71%. Let's compare that against one of the other popular funds, QQQI from Niels. We'll see a difference in price return. TDAC is outpacing QQQI substantially. It's up 11.26% as opposed to 7.91% for QQQI. Let's check the total return basis on this. Well, that was total return, guys. I stand corrected. Price change, it's up 9.71% as opposed to QQQI being up just 6.64%. So on the total return basis, you can see it's beating, and then on the price change basis, you can see it's beating QQQI. So TDAX and Tspy have been stellar for me. I was trading mostly options on Tspy and buying shares of TDAC and a few shares of Tspy, and I'm up substantially on those holdings. So in the future, during future pullbacks, I'm going to allocate the majority of my income toward TDAC and Tspy, both in a combination of shares and options. Currently, TDAC doesn't have any options. Tspy, however, does have options, and it became really lucrative. I ended up closing all those for a profit. Anyway, guys, so that's my take on two covered call funds and the ones I'm going to be focusing now during pullbacks, TDAC and Tspy. All right, take care. Bye.